27-17. Explosive plays are a big part of football, but for argument's sake, if you take out the touchdown run by Tony Pollard, the run game for Dallas really struggled. That one was 58 yards. The 19 other rushes that they had combined also for 58 yards, or just 3 yards per carry. And look, I guess it was strength against strength last night. The Cowboys are supposed to be a good running football team, and the Saints are the best rush defense in the NFL. But I do think that is a question mark here, RC. We opened the show this morning talking about how unspectacular that Cowboy offense looked. They have to get that running game going in this month if they're going to be what they want to be, yes?
Yeah, you have to get the running game going, but, I remember Dan Graziano, when I was being negative on a Friday after the first game of the season, was like, RC, the Cowboys are going to do what the teams provide for them. When you're playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're great at stopping the run, so the Cowboys are going to throw it 60 times. Well, they threw it 60 times for over 400 yards that game. Now we see a different pass game from this team. We see missed throws on open wide receivers. We see guys dropping footballs. We also see at times some of these wide receivers not being able to separate. Obviously, that was Noah Brown and Cedric Wilson the last few weeks, and Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb are now back. This team has to get back to what they were doing offensively early on in the season. We have to get back to calling Kellen Moore the next head coach in waiting, and we have to get back to talking about Dak Prescott in the MVP conversation for this team to be what it was and what we expected them to be by the time the Super Bowl rolled around. This is a descending football team on the offensive side of the ball, and that's where we were expected them to be carried. The way they're playing now, they can't win a championship.
Right. So they have time to get it fixed, right? I think Amari Cooper matters a lot to them. He missed the last 2 games, and he played, again, I think it was 24 snaps last night. As he gets back into the picture, I think you're going to see a difference. And I think that's going to permeate the entire offense, because he's a player that, I think, CeeDee Lamb, obviously spectacular we see here, but I think sometimes people forget how valuable Cooper is to that offense.
Yeah, they targeted Lamb 13 times last night. Here's what I'll say, Ninko. When you and I were talking about this, I think on my radio show, at some point while the Cowboys were in the midst of looking like the best team in the NFL, one of the things we talked about was they can beat you however they need to. You're going to force them to run, they're going to run it. You want to force them to throw it, they're going to throw it. Mm-hmm. They don't seem to have that multiplicity, if you will, on their offense right now, and that is what they're going to need to get back these last few weeks.
They're going to need Zeke. They're going to need Pollard. They're going to have the running game. If you don't have a running game, you're one-dimensional, well, that's when defenses can kind of figure you out, and that's when they can stop you. So moving forward, so they're not descending in December. How do you like that?
Yeah.
They're going to have to get the running game back on track. They're going to have to run the football. Zeke's going to have to get healthy. I don't know how you do that. Extra cold tub, whatever you got to do. But he's going to have to be healthy. The offensive line is going to have to continue to be healthier as they move forward the rest of the season. Me, myself, I didn't think they were a Super Bowl team, so we'll see what happens.
You never thought that?
No, I didn't.
No point
I thought they were a good
it.
football team, but I thought Tampa was the best in the
Well, I
NFC.
mean, Tampa looks better than them right now, and Green Bay looks better than them right now, and Arizona has been better than them all year long. And that's the point, is we were, whether Ninko was buying it or not, there was a moment in time when, and maybe this part of this is just the star on the helmet, but the word Super Bowl was being thrown around rather casually around the Dallas Cowboys, and that feels like a very long time ago.
Well, they were, 6-1,
yeah.
Right? I mean, so obviously, they were anybody who's in position to get the 1 seed has to be considered for the Super Bowl, and frankly, they're not out of that yet. I mean, there's no clearly dominant team.
Right.
Arizona's 9-2. They just didn't have their quarterback for 3 games. Maybe we look at them, but yeah, I think everybody's got questions to answer between now and January. I think all the division leaders in the NFC look like they're going to be good to go. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of how they're playing once they get there.
RC, put a final word on it.
The final word is this. If the Cowboys don't change something and change something immediately, it'll be the same old thing for them. They'll get to the playoffs because they play in the East, and they'll be one and done.
I sort of feel a little bit the same way.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.